Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the SU-8. It's the Tier 6 Soviet SPG. It's located on the west spawn of Safe Haven, and this one is under the command of talon1958 of OLIMP. And yes, he's in competition with angelina75. Okay, he's got the improved rammer, improved gun lane drive, and a turbo device to make it go faster. Game on. 152mm howitzer, capable of doing 550 alpha, 38mm pin, 6.7 meters on the burst radius, between 6.5 and 11 seconds of stun. Based on the T-28 medium tank. Never got built because, of course, they'd run out of T-28s by then. Most of them were destroyed during the war. Okay, he's ready to go. One of the fastest firing Artys at Tier 6, other than the FV304. Of course, the FV304 has a short range Arty, the 4.5-inch howitzer. But this one, this is the full cream because, of course, it does produce stun. He's aiming to try and get a shot on that Gabler destroyer. Fires, well, a round does go in. He doesn't fire it, actually. It was his teammate who actually fired that round, the M44, and he got some stun, but we don't know if Talon got anything off that shot at all. It certainly seems somebody else is firing at that tank, the Gabler, because yeah, there's fire going in there and it's hitting something. Okay, we spotted a few enemy tanks. We can't get shots on those guys because they're underneath the buildings, but these guys are up on top of the bunker, and yes, we can very definitely hit these ones. He's lining up a shot on the Gabler destroyer again, who has lost a lot of hit points. In fact, the M44 wipes him out with that shot. So it looks like the other Arty, the M44, is actually quite good. He's firing from the very corner of the map, the bunker area. Okay, we've got some nice targets here, including an M4A1. The shell goes long, very long, and so he misses that one, but he's changing position to avoid counter battery, just in case the enemy RT do try. They've got a pair of M44s. Okay, he's aiming towards where he last saw the M4A1. Doesn't appear to be anything there now, but, or in fact, he's moved off. There he is. And he's taken a fair bit of damage. Lines up the shot, fires the round in, and oh! Massive kill. Very difficult one as well. He had to fire over the rocks, and yes, the shell did travel over that ridge line and right into that M44, or the M4 rather. Very good shot. Okay, there's the M10. He's very thin armor. I think our guys are going to probably... Oh, what happened to our M7 there? Did he suddenly skid to a halt? No, he's skidded behind a rock. And our shell was on target. We would have got a kill if the tank had already been killed by the M7. It was actually a T-67 who got the kill. Okay, we're changing position again. We're one down on the enemy at the moment. They seem to have the underground tunnels and the bunker area. So they've got the middle of the map. We've now spotted an SU-100I, which of course is that premium tank destroyer based on the M4 hull with a Soviet gun. An 85mm, if I remember correctly. No, it's a 100mm, wasn't it? Yes. It's particularly powerful. But the enemy is now starting to come out of the tunnels. But we're reloading very quickly. Going for the BDR. Unfortunately, our shell hit something, an obstruction, a building or something, and exploded. So he's changing position to avoid being spotted by the enemy who's making a dash towards the cap. We're one up on the enemy now. And so far, Talon doesn't have much in the way of damage. Okay, there's the M44 on the enemy team. Way over on the other side of the map, he got spotted. We're trying to get a shot on him before he disappears, before he moves. Well, yep, that's 156 hit points of damage from a near miss. Unfortunately, it looks like the M44 on our team is probably going to die. He's being attacked by a T1 Heavy. And although he might be able to shotgun himself, or shotgun the T1, he needs some help. And Talon's coming to help. Yeah, the M44 is trying to get away from this guy. Let's see what we can do to help him. Rounds out. Accurate shot. 212 hit points. It tracks him. And I think, yeah, I think the M44 is happy about that. It slows him down. And we can get another shot in here. Rounds out. And yes, 135 more hit points. Just keep the pressure up. We're 3 up on the enemy. There's only 4 enemies left. And so long as we can keep the M44 alive, and it looks like we might be able to, as long as he keeps running, this guy will keep following, and then we can keep nailing him. Rounds out. Hits the bunker, unfortunately. Couldn't get that shot to go over the top onto the target, but the M44 did get a shotgun in there. And the T1 Heavy, well, he's determined to try and kill, but no, he's out the game. And ARL-44 got the kill. So there's only 3 enemies left. And there's one of them, T-78. Okay, can we get a shot in? Rounds out. Lands right next door to the SU-100I, but the T-78 did get stunned. And that's the M44 getting another kill. So it's a good job he's alive, because otherwise he wouldn't have been able to get that kill at all. But thanks to Talon, he is still alive, because he slowed that T1 Heavy down until the ARL-44 could come to the rescue. Okay, he's getting closer. The M44 is moving as well. He's also getting closer to the enemy to make it a short time between the shell being fired and hitting the enemy. And they found one of the last remaining enemies. They've only got 2 left. The TOG-2 and also the M44. Now, we can't hit the TOG-2, and he was down anyway, so there was, we couldn't get a shot over there. But we can certainly hit the M44. We think he's over in this corner of the map. Waiting for the first person to spot him. The M44 is very keen to shotgun the enemy, and we found him. And it looks like he's the same one who was in the same corner as before. And the shell went in from the T-67, finished him off. Here's the end of battle stats. And, well, I'm afraid Talon only managed to get a bruise medal out of that game, but getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he ended up with 6. Because, yes, it wasn't even a 3rd class mastery. He did get a win 8 of 938, which is good, but nothing special, really. Talon does a lot better than that normally. It was mostly in that game that he kept having to move to fire to get a better angle on the enemy, and that cut down his firing rate, and the battle didn't last very long anyway. So, only a bruiser medal, that's all he's got, but it does get him the lead in the competition. If we look at the team score, we can see that he was about mid-table when it came to damage. The top of the table, well, that went to the TOG-2, managed 1,801 hit points of damage. Second was the SU-100I, who got 1,734 with that 100mm gun. And the third highest, well, that was the Hellcat on the enemy team, who managed 1,627. When it came to kills, we can see top scorers were the ARL-44 and the T-67. Both got 3 kills apiece. And also 3 kills went to the TOG-2, And then we've got 2 kills went to the SU-100i and the M44. Yes, and he got a Stark's medal in that game because he managed to get hit twice, kill at least 2 enemy vehicles, take at least 2 hits and lose 2/3 of his hit points and still survive the battle. Whereas if we look at the Juno and the M10, they also got 2 kills apiece. Talon only got the 1 kill in that game. When it came to base XP, he's still about mid-table with only 406 base experience points. Top scorer being the SU-100i, who got 1,011. 869 went to the Panzer IV F2, and also 771 went to the M10 RBFM. So let's have a look at detail. He fired only 11 shots in the game, but he got 2 direct hits, no penetrations, 7 splash. Damage of 650 hit points at more than 300 meters. 4 enemy vehicles damaged, 1 killed, and he got 5 stuns caused, but not a lot of stun assists. In fact, no stun assists at all, and that's why he hasn't got a mastery out of that game at all. He did pick up 60,010 credits from the game, though. He got a 50,000 credit mission completion bonus, and on top of that, he got 1,218 experience points. So, yes, the battle only lasted 8 minutes and 19 seconds. It really didn't last long enough for him to actually rack up enough damage, but he did get a thank you from the other Arty for good reason, because of course he kept that M44 alive. And yes, I think that was his teammate there who actually did pick up that medal out of it. Very well done. And SXXPR, Sexper, IGC, yep, he thanked Talon after the game for saving his life, which of course he did, because he hit that T1 heavy more than once. Well, twice actually, I think he did. Definitely hit him. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that replay, because we've got another one. Yes, we've got Angelina's replay. So we'll find out if she actually managed to win the competition for this week. Here's the second game, and it's in the 212A on the map of Lakeville Encounter. Yes, and Angelina's opted to have the improved rammer, improved vents, and improved gun lane drive as her equipment, including vent purge. Game on! Well, 212A with the 203mm howitzer is capable of 900 alpha and penetrating 52mm of armor. 10.4 meters on the burst radius, between 12.5 and 28 seconds of stun. Okay, well, she's decided to head back towards the valley, actually. Oh, enemy spotted. And he immediately takes some damage. And I think Angelina wants to get a shot at him as well. Okay, there he is. He looks like he went behind the rock. Oh, she got him with the first shot. She splashed him to death. He didn't last very long. He tried to hide behind the rock, but it wouldn't protect him from that 203mm shell, which actually came in, and he's out the game. So she's the first kill, or she manages to get the first kill on the game. Now she's aiming towards the valley, because there's a couple of enemy tanks turned up, an M4Y and a Patriot, and she smacks the M4Y with a shot directly in the face for 395. There he is. Oh my god, look at that. It looks like a hole actually in his turret, but in actual fact it wasn't a penetrating shot. But there's now a Patriot there, and Angelina's almost reloaded. Well, that one hit the rock base. The standard reload on the 212A with the 203 is 37 seconds. But Angelina's managed to get that down to as little as 29.8 actually. You can see that mark on the M4Y right on the turret. He's hugging that turret, that wall now, because he knows that will protect him to a certain extent. The next shell goes in, and it looks like it hit the wall as well, but there was 350 hit points of damage against the Patriot off that one. So I suspect it actually did hit the Patriot rather than hit the wall. Well, the M4Y is still there, and he's still trying to shoot our teammates. If he keeps pulling back like that, Angelina will take a shot. Wait for it. He backs up. There you go. Rounds out. It hits the wall, unfortunately. That was RNG. Nothing Angelina can do about that. Lots of damage going in on the enemy tanks there. Oh my god, what's happening here? Looks like one of the enemy tanks has decided to go over the center line and is trying to attack and kill one of our tanks here. And unfortunately, we just lost the T-32, but the A phase 1 is badly damaged, and Angelina picks up 420 hit points from a direct hit on his turret. And so he won't be so happy now because he's a one-shot for anyone who can get a shot in on a weak spot. He may have strong armor, but not for long. He's out the game, and Angelina's almost loaded again and ready for another shot. Now, which one's she going for? The M4Y or the Patriot? She fires at the M4Y. Only gets 2 hit points from that one. Our guys seem to be doing quite well in the city. Outside the city, they found the Waffenspräger auf Panzer IV, who just took a hit for 865 from one of our other tanks. And I think that was the Object 261 because he got stunned. So it would indicate that, yep, we've got another enemy tank hiding behind that wall. It's a T-44, rounds out. And he's lost another 258 hit points. Our team seems to be doing well. We're 1 up on the enemy at the moment. We've just spotted a Shrek down the far end, hiding behind that rock. It looks like he knocked the tree down to provide himself with a bit of cover as well. Angelina fires the moment she's loaded, and the shell lands behind the rock. So that must have done some damage to the Shrek. We're 2 up on the enemy now. It's going quite well. We've cleared out the city of enemy tanks, partially in thanks to the guys who are actually sitting on the river road or the lake road, because they've actually been spotting and shooting at any enemy tanks going towards the cap area. Okay, there's that M4Y. No, that shell did not do what we wanted. There's only 6 enemy tanks left, including 2 Arty. Their Arty are a Batchat 155-58 and an M53 M55. Angelina looking for a target. She's found one. It's a Jagdtiger prototype. He's almost out of hit points. Oh, she fired just as he was destroyed. So unfortunately, she gets nothing from that shell. And looks like the enemy are collapsing. Now they've only got 4 tanks left, 2 in the valley and 2 Arty. And our teammates are streaming towards the enemy spawn points. There's the enemy Arty. They've been spotted. The Batchat 155-58's decided to stand. Unfortunately, it doesn't help him. The AMX-30 gets him. But Angelina tracks the M53 M55 and he gets taken out immediately afterwards by the Barrask. And the M4Y's just died, and that is the last enemy tank, and it's a victory. Here are the end of battle stats, and that was the 3rd class tank of Angelina75 OLIMP in the 212A. She managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, she managed to get 7 in that game, and her win 8 was 2,000, which is very good indeed. Let's have a look at the team score and see where she is. Well, she didn't get the highest damage because that went to an AMX-30. He managed to get a Confederate and 3,774 hit points of damage. Second highest damage actually went to the Batchat 155.58 on the enemy team, 2,431, followed by their M4Y, who got 2,430. And Angelina managed to pick up 1,977 hit points, the same amount as the 252U, but unfortunately that means she was in, looking at that, she's in 5th place, joint 5th place with the 252U. When it came to kills, though, the top scorer was the 252U. He got 5 kills. 2 kills went to the MX-30, the Death Star, the Barask, the M46 Patton, and on the enemy team, the M4Y. And Angelina only got 1 kill, which actually puts her in joint 3rd place. And we can see also that out of the enemy team, only 5 players actually managed to get kills at all in that game. When it came to base XP, we can see Angelina's in 4th place, the top scorer being the AMX-30, then the 252U, then the Barask, and finally Angelina getting 792. She fired 12 rounds, got 3 direct hits on the enemy, 12 splashes, 1,977 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters, damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 1, so she was on track to getting a Confederate, but it appears that the AMX-30 got there before her. 555 hit points of damage assist and 331 of stun assist off 11 stuns, and that may be why she only got a 3rd class, because that's not a huge amount of stun assist, but at least she got some. She also picked up 38,996 credits on a free-to-play account, and she got 1,584 experience points in a game that lasted only 6 minutes 46 seconds. So how does that mean? What does that mean for the weekend lie-in? Well, Angelina managed to get a 3rd class and a bruiser, but sadly, Talon only got a bruiser out of that game, and that means that Angelina definitely won the weekend lie-in competition. So, although Talon got thanked by his team, or by his fellow Arty, for saving his life, I'm afraid it's Angelina who actually picks up the kudos, because she managed to win the competition with just a 3rd class and a bruiser out of that one, by sharing the Arty love, as we say, pumping those shells out all around, trying to hit as many enemies as you can, and to get as a Confederate medal, but also to get as much stun assist as you can. And Angelina managed to get that 3rd class. So Angelina wins the weekend lie-in, and Talon has to wait for another week to see if he can do it again. Hope you enjoyed those replays. If you did, please give this video a like, and thank you for watching.